Thanks for watching. I'm Prerna Agarwal, Technical Product Owner for The Guardian. Today we'll be giving you Guardian updates of Sprint 26 that lasted from November 14 to November 25th. So just a quick overview of the agenda. We are going to be looking at the roadmap. We are also going to be reviewing the issues that we tackled in Sprint 26 that lasted from November 14 to November 25th. Then we are going to flip over and give you a demo of the issues that we solved in Sprint 26. We are also going to be looking ahead as of week of November 29, that is Sprint 27. We are also going to be looking at the issues that we'll be going to tackle in Sprint 27. We are also going to be talking about the upcoming releases. We are also going to be giving you some of the ways that you can either submit bugs or policy requests through various different channels. So just a quick overview of the Guardian roadmap. Again, this is open source, so anyone can see that. All you need to do is install the ZenHub extension in Chrome. And when you travel to the Guardian GitHub repo, you will be able to see a tab to quickly open that up and see what's going on. So as you can see, we are continuing our work on MVP projects. We are also working on the retirement process for assets MVP. We are working on the third-party content providers. And moving forward, we'll be working on the ESG scorecards and matched assets. So just an overview of what we covered in Sprint 26. So in Sprint 26, we committed to 65 story points and then we delivered 92 story points, which seems like we have overcommitted it. So in Sprint 26, we have covered 2 to 8 multi-policy coverage. We have also covered 462 migration guide. We have made an enhancement to our current UI in 1484 indentation user-friendly UI in policy configurator. We have also covered some of the bugs which were reported by the community, which is 1475, 1500, 1372, and so on and so forth. Now let's look at the Sprint 26 demo. So the first ticket what we'll be looking at is 1484 indentation user-friendly UI and policy configurator. We can build complete policy, but there is no mechanism to keep proper indentation and also move the blocks from child to parent and vice versa. So now let's look at our policy configurator. As you can see, I have imported IREC 5. And as this is not published, it's in the draft state. And in the draft state, you can edit it. So when I click on edit, I see the policy IREC 5. Now when I go here, when I click on one of the block, now we have added a new ellipsis. When you click on this 3 dots, which is ellipse, you get 4 side arrows and a delete button. Initially, we just had a delete button for each of the block. Now you have a proper mechanism to move this particular block upward, downward, or make this particular block a child block to this, and so on and so forth. Now looking at the second ticket, which is multi-policy coverage, which is 2 to 8. Currently in Guardian, there is a one-to-many relationship between policy and projects. If a project wants to confirm on two or more policies such as Vera and Gold Standard Red Plus from separate methodologies to increase the attractiveness of the minted token, there is no way to avoid double counting. In order to solve this, we have added a multi-policy functionality in our Guardian. Now, as you can see, I have imported IREC 6 and IREC 7. Now let's log out and published IREC 6 and IREC 7. Now let's log out and create an installer. I go to installer, I click on policy tab. Here I see a share kind of icon, which is nothing but create multi-policy. As you can see, when I hover, I see create multi-policy text. Now let me first create a multi-policy link. So basically I am linking IREC 7 and IREC 6. IREC multi-policy is nothing but a join functionality between both the policies, where you will have a primary policy and a secondary policy. A primary policy is responsible for minting the token of IREC 6, which is a secondary policy. So let me make IREC 7 as a primary policy. So when I click on this, I get a pop-up of create a new policy. You will see a main policy and then the synchronization topic message. I also get a link. So I will select and copy this link, and then I click on create. When I click on create, this IREC 7 becomes a primary policy, because when you again click on it, it says policy is already bound, and I have already selected this link. Now I go to IREC 6, which would be my secondary policy. I click here and then I again get an option of two. Either I again create this as a primary policy, or if I want to make that as a secondary policy, I click on join an existing policy. I paste the link of my primary policy and then I click on join. Now, as you can see, both the policies are linked. And when I click again on the secondary policy, I see this, and this synchronization is nothing but the primary policy synchronization. This is how you prepare a multi-policy functionality. In order to get a complete information, we have added our documentation in detail with the UI functionality, what I have just demonstrated. And in addition to that, we also have additional information about how this multi-policy is beneficial and what are the primary message formats it is being created when you create a multi-policy, such as the messages on the linking policies and what is the token mint messages. So please have a look and let us know if you have any questions. So that was for 228. Now the last ticket what I wanted to discuss is about the 1472 ticket. We have basically used as agnostic IPFS prefix for every URL instead of fixed IPFS.io gateway. So Guardian currently uses IPFS.io as a default gateway for every IPFS URL in VCs. Using a specific centralized gateway express due to several issues, especially in the production environments. And it does not allow you to take full advantage of the decentralized nature of IPFS. This behavior also forces the client to parse the URL and extract the CID if he wants to use a local or a custom node. So in order to improve our security mechanism, we have just replaced all our IPFS.io/IPFS URL in the documentation and with the IPFS:// prefix. So that was a demo for Sprint 26. Now looking ahead, we have Sprint 27 coming up. So just highlighting some of the issues that we are going to be uncovering here. The sprint is going to be lasting from November 29 to December 9th. At the moment, we have committed to 67 story points. Just to talk about some of them, we'll be looking at Guardian API and demo UI to retire tokens. We'll be also looking at some of the issues like 1525, 1550, and we'll be also updating our SDK, Hedera SDK. We'll also be working on changing the Explorer URL from Dragon Glass to Ledgerworks, and so on and so forth. Now, talking about the upcoming releases, our last release was on Wednesday, November 30th, 2022. Our next release will be on Friday, December 30th, 2022. So there are multiple ways to reach out to us. You can reach out to us on GitHub. You can submit policy requests, enhancements, or if you find some bugs, please go ahead and mention those bugs with us so that we can get our team on that. Also, if you haven't joined our Discord, come and join our conversation. It's at hedera.com/Discord. And when you get there, search for Sustainability Channel, or feel free to reach out to us directly if we have some policy request by emailing us at info@envisionblockchain.com or through our website at www.envisionblockchain.com. Thank you. Have a great day.